it just welcomes you. And then walking in a little further, there's so much light and so many windows looking over the dining room and then looking out over the lake. It was like, wow. And my first thing was, I'm living here. I've already made my, I'm not going anywhere else. I'm living here.
Hi, I'm Agnes Stowicki, Managing Editor with Comfort Life. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading retirement communities and care providers to uncover insights to community lifestyle, care, culture, and leadership. This includes insights from residents, family members, and administration. This is the Comfort Life Insider Perspective.
Our life at Berwick on the Lake is filled with all sorts of things, activities, things like exercise programs that are designed specifically for our age, and they work so well. Some of the people in our residents have organized card groups, etc. So I've joined a canasta group, and Jeff now plays canasta. And we've gone on trips, we've gone on bus rides, we've gone on. So there's just so many things to do inside here, besides having social time with the people that live here. So the day is filled. By the time the end of the day is, it's like, oh my goodness, I think I need to sit down for sure.
I find it exceptionally interesting being here and thoroughly enjoying it, really thoroughly enjoying it. The number of fellows that are here, they've got interesting backgrounds, really interesting backgrounds, the things they've done in their lives and whatnot, and the experiences they've had and whatnot. It's really an interesting sharing experience taking place. The whole spectrum of people and the backgrounds that they've done. I'm speaking specifically about guys at the moment, and
Yeah, and you play
know,
billiards
I
too.
thoroughly enjoy that. And we played billiards like the other night. And as a collection of fellows, we aren't different than our wives as much as we love our wives dearly, but we are different and we have different thoughts on a variety of things. And we're all collectively enjoying ourselves. There isn't a person here, male or female, that we don't enjoy, which is a really phenomenal thing to be able to say. And covering the age spectrum that we do is really quite a remarkable experience, because I never really mentally thought of having conversations and enjoying the conversation with somebody from a fellow in his 90s type of thing. And oh no, hey, really, these are excellent. And some of the experiences they've had have been excellent. So all in all, it's a very, very worthwhile experience. This is going to sound strange coming from me, but I enjoy the exercise program. I really am enjoying that. I'm enjoying playing pool with the guys, and in spite of all my mental deficiencies, I'm enjoying learning how to play canasta. The girls are doing a good job at training me.
Particularly, I really like I really like playing cards. I've learned to play mahjong with a group of ladies. I really, really enjoy the brain things that they have several times a week in the afternoons, like playing Jeopardy and stuff like that. So it's all good and it's all good fun, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
I think one of the really beautiful things about all of this is that all of us at this age category, and we're relatively young compared to some of the others, is that we've all had lumps and bumps in our lives, but we've now managed to share and enjoy and smile and enjoy life and fellowship. So it's not a collection of strangers meeting strangers.
Wonderful. So all you can say about it. People are so friendly from the day that we came in here. First of all, we were met by what they're calling ambassadors. And the ambassadors, their job is to acquaint us with other people and to make us feel comfortable. We had already spent several times coming in and out of this building, so we already had a good feeling about it. But then when you come to the dining room and people are introducing you to other people, and it's amazing that everybody said, "Oh, are you the new person here? You know, are you the new person? I'm so and so, and I'm so and so." And so at meal times, you come into the dining room, and if there's an empty space, you sit down and everybody welcomes you. So we've met so many different and new people, and that's been wonderful. So the atmosphere is welcoming, it's comfortable, it's and of course all that comes from the philosophy of the whole place, which is that everybody is included and that you meet with everybody. So that's what, yeah, it's wonderful.
The staff and the serving side of things and the housekeeping side,
The
every
staff are
facet,
wonderful.
the staff are all really, really delightful people that'd be welcome in my home at any time.
Oh, well, what adjectives would you like? Wonderful, caring, friendly. It's amazing when we go to the dining room and they know your name. It's like it's personal. And even better, some of the staff that are like always on for breakfast, and we go for hot breakfast. Not every place has a hot breakfast, but they do here. And you come to the table, they've already got your water glass or your juice or whatever, your coffee cup is turned up and ready to go, and they know exactly what you want. And you just say, "I think I'll have the usual." And they know exactly what you want. It's like, um, I don't know what the adjective is, but they are so caring and friendly that everything that you want, everything that they can do to make you comfortable and happy, they do it.
There isn't a staff member of any area here
Yeah.
that wouldn't be welcome in our house and our place at any time for an evening or whatever. They're all enjoyable, from the cleaning ladies to the management and everybody else in
Oh,
between.
and especially our maintenance guy, Keith, man, you got a problem with your TV set, he'll come right up and fix it for you. And he does. It's wonderful. We visited a number of different places before we chose this. And our first time when we came to the building, we looked at it and said, "Wow, this is lovely." And of course, the setting is spectacular. But walking in the door, the front door, it was welcoming to start with. It's open and I don't know, it's just welcomes you. And then walking in a little further, there's so much light and so many windows looking over the dining room and then looking out over the lake. It was like, wow. And my first thing was, I'm living here. I've already made I'm not going anywhere else. I'm living here. And then, of course, the bonus was meeting people there and going on a tour and talking to different people. We also went to several events we were invited to, so we could experience the place. We went to several dinners and we went to a couple of concert things that were held out on our patio. And so that gave you another flavor, and you could talk to different people. And so it was, and then they'd say, "Oh, are you planning on coming here?" And we'd say, "Yes." And they'd say, "Oh, that's interesting." And then they started telling me about stuff. And so, yeah, it was just, that's the kind of thing it was. So that made us decide.
We checked out a number of other places in Nanaimo, and some of them were okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, they would be a 7 type of thing. And they were acceptable, but not really something that says, that's where I want to spend the remaining days I've got. And but here, no, this is just, it's sprightly. It's It really is. It's an open, delightful spot. Now, I guess that's about it. It's wonderful.
Easy, easy. Um, Christine, um, we had kept in contact with her over probably about a year and a half because we weren't ready to come in. And then it was like, I guess early last spring, Jeff phoned her and said, we would really like to be there by the fall because I don't want to have another winter in the apartment by ourselves. So she started, we wanted a 2-bedroom suite. So she started on that. And then she got a call from her in May and she said, I've got a 2-bedroom one I want to show you. So she showed it to us and we said, yeah, this works. Space is great, looks fine, great. So we said, okay, we're coming. So that was it. And to get moved in, we met a lady that does packing and packed everything we needed to pack. And a mover who also, he lived in our apartment building. They moved us in. They were there and we were in and unpacked by 2 o'clock in that afternoon. They started at 9 moving us and it was all put away. It's like, okay, I'm good. It was so easy.
We've never had an easier move in our lives.
Never had an easier move than that one. Oh, pretty well almost immediately. It didn't take us long.
Very quickly.
But I realize that people coming in singly would not have the same experience that we did because being a couple, you've got each other for support and we're pretty outgoing people to start with. So the ambassador program that they have is really, really important and such a boon for this place because it gets people mixing with other people and not having to wonder, should I go to that table and say, can I sit with you people or do stuff? They just make it smooth. And within a week or so, people are like, yeah, I think I've been here for quite a while. I feel like I've been here a long time.
That's exactly right.
And so now, obviously, some people don't have our experience because we were proactive about coming here. And some people, of course, are in the position that they have to because they can't manage anymore, or their family's pressuring them. So they aren't quite so positive, but it doesn't take very long before that's turned around too, because they've met people, have got friends, etc. So yeah.
One of the amazing things we see here are there's a couple of women in particular that are close to 100 years of age that are still right, active, friendly. We play canasta with them and stuff like that. They are an absolute delight. And I guess that's really something. It puts a whole focus on the aging process where before one
Positive
thought
one.
that, oh my gosh, we're not that far from walking off the edge. When oh gosh, we got another 20 years to go.
Yeah, the people in here give you a positive outlook for sure. And this whole place keeps you healthy because that's their business to keep you healthy, and they do. We are well fed, we are fed proper meals, and the exercise, excuse me, the fitness programs, which are designed for different levels for different people, so you can
Yeah.
join whichever ones you want or not join them or that sort of thing. So, and then the activities are myriads of them, craft activities or outings or just to keep everybody
That
going.
costume,
Movies every night.
that costume thing the other day was just absolutely
Oh yeah,
fantastic.
for Halloween they all dressed up in costume and had a big party here. So yeah, it was great.
This isn't the place for sourpusses.
No. Get a tour, number one. Talk to people that are here because I wouldn't know what they were wanting or looking for, but they need to talk to the people that are here. Come to activities that you're invited to, and Christine always has, like, for example, we have a wine tasting session once a month. And the other, I guess it was last month, we had a couple of people who are looking to come here. And they were delighted to be invited, but also to be able to one-on-one talk to the people in the group, the stuff that was going on in our wine group. So that is a real help for people to make up their minds. And some people already know people that are here. So that's also a help too. I mean, being a smaller place, but we also do have people that, because their families here are coming from a long way away. And sometimes they are here. This will be their first introduction because they've had to move from, say, Saskatoon or Toronto or somewhere to be here. So, but it's, again, the experience is always welcoming. Maybe we haven't been here long enough. I'm not sure. I have not found anything that was to my dislike or that I thought should be, but we're always giving Chris, our manager, tidbits about, maybe we need a thing for scraping our feet outside the door or stuff like that, because we don't want to track muck into the hallways or whatever. But absolutely minor kinds of things that make the place just be better. But majors, no, I don't think that there's any major thing that I could say should be changed, or I haven't found any challenges. Certainly not for myself, no.
I find that we've had our family here a few times, and the hosting process they do for us has just been absolutely wonderful. And we brought a series of friends down and had them for lunch or whatever. And that whole sensation, we haven't had anyone not say, "Oh my gosh, this is just a delight." So it's probably on their forethought down the line when they get to our age category. We do have some young friends.
But no, I can't say that we've had any challenges, not personally, and any kinds of suggestions are pretty minor stuff that's just day-to-day little, but nothing big.
We've got a 15-year-old grandson, and we enjoy having him here. I've got him play pool, we're down on the pedal boat and all sorts of things, so that, hey, when you can bring a 15-year-old boy into the place and enjoy having him here is really something in itself. It really is. You don't have a grouchy grandson that way.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't know. Um, I mean, we're not going to a different community,
No,
because our
our family's
our
here.
family's here, and that's why we moved here. So I think we would probably do exactly what we did, was to go and look and see what these residences have to offer, what they're like, and right away whether you want to go back or not. I find it quite interesting because a lot of people here have lived in some of the others, and
You can hardly wait to leave to
and
get
it was
here.
like, okay, what have you got to say about them? I mean, some of them were not very complimentary. So, but what are you going to do? You have to go and look for yourself. But the experience that you'll have coming here and taking the time here, then you'll know. That's all I can say is the difference is like night and day. But you have to look at the others as well to know. I don't know, you got to know yourself, I guess, and what you're looking for.
I think that's it. That's really a key element. You have to be honest with yourself and go and investigate the other places, the one thing and another, so that when you do decide to come to the Berwick, you know you've made the right decision. But there are entities here where people go in and they, for whatever reason, for a sense of urgency or whatever, they commit to it and then they have nothing but grouches from then on. And we don't need the grouches.
Yeah, I don't know what one could say about that, but you really have to know what you want. Now, the other thing is in this building, you can have pets. And there's some buildings that no, you can't have pets. But we have two wonderful dogs in this building and we have,
Lots
I
of
don't know
cats.
how many cats, but the cat stories go round and they're quite delightful. Of course, the cats are house cats, etc. But yeah, the fact that people come in and feel comfortable that they can have their little dog or their cat with them makes a big difference. Because if you can't, it's not the place for you.
You know, the number of people that are here that are single now because of
Loss
the
of their
demise of
spouse.
their husband or wife as, and to fill a void is really something. And um, the hospitality and the friendships and the reach out that people do to everybody here really makes a huge difference. The ones I see that go through a bit of struggle for the first month or so seems to be those people that have had their own home and they've lived in their own home for the last 20, 30, 40 years
Or
type of
more.
thing. And now they're leaving the neighborhood that they knew and they now divesting themselves of their house and one thing and another. There is a real
It's a grieving period for
grieving
them.
period there, but they soon get over it and they soon to really, really enjoy it. And I don't know of anybody that's said, "Oh, gee, I got to go back and get my house again" or whatever. They just say, "Oh no, this is good."
But yeah, people who have, and the house was so important. For us, that was not an issue. We had already moved um, to Nanaimo and we were, we had given up the home before. So, and that was never an issue with us. So, but certainly it has been with some people.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
really is.
yeah.
For more information about this community, you can visit their profile at comfortlife.ca.